Some are calling this the biggest tech story of the entire year. The world's richest man, worth an estimated $260 billion, says he wants to buy Twitter. Elon Musk, speaking out today, announced that he thinks it's really important to have a public platform that is trusted. In fact, he thinks it's critical to the future of civilization.
You made an offer to buy Twitter.
Hours after tweeting he wanted Twitter for $43 billion or $54.20 a share, Elon Musk spoke at TED in Vancouver, stressing the importance of free speech.
It's important to the function of democracy.
Just last week, the world's richest man bought 9.2% of the company for $3 billion. He wrote to the board he now realizes Twitter won't thrive in its current form. He called his offer his best and final, saying, quote, "Twitter has extraordinary potential, and I will unlock it." Two key elements to consider: what's in the best interest of shareholders, and is the move even allowed by regulators?
Elon Musk has few friends in the Securities and Exchange Commission. He's run afoul of them in the past for alleged stock manipulation, alleged use of social media to pad his pockets by pushing stocks up or down.
The CEO of Tesla and SpaceX said if his offer's not accepted, he'll reconsider his position as shareholder. Are there any red flags in Musk's offer?
I think the biggest one is the inherent threat that he's put in there, and that is if he doesn't get his way, if he doesn't get control of the company, he's saying he will dump all his Twitter shares. Well, if he did that as a guy who owns 9% of the company, that could tank the company's shares.
At least one shareholder is already saying no. A Saudi prince tweeted this: "I don't believe the proposed offer comes close to the intrinsic value of Twitter. Being one of the largest and long-term shareholders, I reject this offer." To which Musk replied, "How much of Twitter does a kingdom own, and what are their views on journalistic free speech?" Everyone from Mark Cuban to the former president responding to Musk's offer.
Donald Trump has already come out and said even if Elon Musk buys Twitter, he's not coming back to Twitter, which almost certainly is not true because it's the biggest audience he's ever had, and this man lives for that.
Trump has since launched his own social media platform, the struggling Truth Social. The question has been raised, would Elon launch his own?
Is there a plan B?
There is.
The big question is, will the Twitter board accept Musk's offer? And at this point, we're hearing preliminary reports from the tech world that they're expected to push back. But Twitter's not commenting, so time will tell. I'm Christina Pascucci, reporting from News Center for KTLA 5 News.